Hey listeners, it's Paul Andriola here. Why not join our community at Small Cap Discoveries, where we offer our members direct access to some of the best microcap investment opportunities available. Our members are getting access to premium microcap financings, research reports, and direct access to management. Sign up today at www.smallcapdiscoveries.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Small Cap Discoveries conference call. Today on our call, we have CEO Omri Brill from Adcore. Adcore trades on the TSX exchange under the symbol ADCO and on the OTC under ADCOF. The company is currently trading at 61 cents with roughly 63 million shares outstanding, or about a $39 million market cap. I'd now like to hand it over to Paul Andriola.
Hey, thanks a lot, Trevor. Great to have Omri with us today, live from Israel. That's why we're up at 8 in the morning here on the West Coast. Adcore is a company that we've been following for a while, works in the advertising, call it the advertising technology space. So we're real happy to have you guys here. We'd love to understand more, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Omri, and let you start your presentation.
Thank you so much, Paul and Trevor. So it's a pleasure for us to be here today with the small investor community. And I think what we're going to do today is walk you through the company presentation, talk a bit about Adcore, why we believe Adcore is such an interesting story to tell. And obviously, if you're going to have any question, we can take it at the end of the presentation, and hopefully it's going to be interesting for everyone today. So let me share my screen. Okay, so what is Adcore? What makes Adcore such an interesting story? So Adcore is a leader in e-commerce marketing automation. So basically, you can consider Adcore as an AdTech company, but an AdTech company which is not generic, like QTS, for example, or Trade Desk, if everyone in this specific space, but we're more specialized. So we are specialized in e-commerce. That means that the technology that we are built, all the tools that we are creating, all of them are fully integrated and fully customized for e-commerce. So that means that we have full integration to platforms like Shopify, for example, WooCommerce, and many others. And also, so that's from the store platform, store creation platform, and from the other end, full integration to all the leading networks, to Google Shopping, eBay, Amazon, Facebook, all the places you would like to advertise your product at. And basically, that's what Adcore does, and we do it quite successfully. So a bit high-level investment thesis about the company. The fastest growing AdTech company in the market today. We're growing in 190% year over year in the last 12 months. So this is 4 times faster than the peers, and we can cover it in the later slides. We are also very lucky to be the fastest growing sector within online advertising, which is e-commerce. Obviously, COVID changed a lot, but a lot of businesses basically went online. We saw massive digital transformation, and the level of activity and demand for e-commerce advertising basically is skyrocketing and is remaining high even today. Scalable technology. We have 5 different apps combining together the Adcore Marketing Cloud, which we're going to cover later down the presentation. And if you're going to have time, maybe going to show you like a preview at least of one of the apps. A growing customer base, well over 500 agencies and 10,000 different advertisers uses the Adcore technology to manage their online activity, and a huge addressable market, almost $600 billion in 2021 number, and equally important, a market that is going to grow fast over the next couple of years. The company vision is effortless marketing. Adcore believe marketing should be effortless and accessible for everyone. In a sense, we are working hard every day. Our engineers working hard every day in order to make our customers' life easy. So we want them to give them the best marketing automation tool and basically allow them to get the best return for every advertiser dollar they spend online. the TAM for us is massive. Almost $600 billion 2021 numbers for online advertising globally. And according to eMarketer, this market going to grow by 42% by the year of 2024. So in 3 years' time, this market going to be expected to be $800 billion, and that's a lot. Also bear in mind that this market is already big. So the fact that such a big market is growing by 42% over the next over just 3 years, that give you some kind of direction to what's going on in our industry. And what the company is seeing, and we can see it in later down the presentation in the financial numbers, is unprecedented growth. So basically, if before COVID, the company was able to showcase 30%, 40% year-over-year growth every quarter, now after COVID, or since the middle of COVID, we are being able to show triple-digit number growth every single quarter. So basically, the level of demand, the level of digital transformation, the level of, I would say, activities that companies see now is basically 2 times, 3 times even more than where it used to be. And that's put the company in a very interesting space of very fast growing mood. So why Adcore is such perfectly positioned to lead EdTech for e-commerce? I would say the following. A, we have the right technology offering. So our 5 apps combining together the Adcore Marketing Cloud basically give e-commerce store owner everything you need in order to successfully market his store. So basically from a very, I would say, early starter, you know, people that just opened their first Shopify store, to very large businesses, enterprises, even e-commerce that basically have much more complex needs like multi-currency, multi-countries, and advanced business rules as well. Adcore is also benefit from strategic alliances with all the major ad network, tier 1 partner of Google, Facebook, Microsoft, TikTok, you name it, we are partnered with them. We have an excellent global coverage. Adcore is still relatively a small, young company, but we already have offices in 5 different locations across the globe. Headquarters are in Tel Aviv, Israel. Another office is in Toronto, Canada, led by Martin and his team. Melbourne, Australia, and 2 offices actually in China, 1 in Hong Kong and 1 in Shanghai. Best talent team working for us, very talented and diverse working force, more than 100 employees, speaking many different languages, and again, sit in different offices across the globe, and strong financials. The company is growing very fast. We have very strong balance sheet and very good position in order to support future growth as well. So it's not only what we've been able to achieve up until now, but I would say equally important, we can achieve even faster growth when we move forward. So when we talk about the Adcore Marketing Cloud and the different apps that basically combine together the Marketing Cloud, then I would say think about what Adobe, if everyone knows Adobe, for example, did for a designer. So basically they took all the must-have apps, let's say apps like Photoshop, XD, Illustrator, and put them under one roof, under one license. So basically you can pay monthly license fee in order to get access to all these apps. So this is exactly what Adcore is doing for marketers. So the same concept, but not for designer. We are doing it for marketers. And I think like we can let Martin maybe showcase 1 or 2 apps so you guys have better understanding about what the app is all about, what the technology look like, and equally important, what the value it can bring to our customers.
Thank you, Omri. It's my pleasure to share one of the apps today. Hello, everyone. Very nice to meet you. So my name is Martijn van der Bent. I'm General Manager for Adcore North America. So I'm overseeing the North American operations out of Toronto. I'm going to share my screen and we'll talk you through one of the apps today. First of all, I'd like to definitely recommend to go to adcore.com/technologies, which is showcasing all our 4 or even 5 apps today. We don't have time to cover everything today, so I will elaborate on one of the apps. But as Omri mentioned, it's all part of an integrated suite, the Marketing Cloud, where we combine 4 different apps and 5 even when we include the latest upgrade for WooCommerce. So the feeds and the apps in total basically cover feed creation, campaign creation, campaign analysis, reporting, optimization. So there's a lot of different aspects, and it covers, let's say, the starting advertiser, like the entrepreneur just getting started, all the way up to very sophisticated large advertisers with in-house teams and also agencies and everything in between. So our customer base is basically spread across smaller entrepreneurs all the way up to large global advertisers. One of the apps I like to highlight today is Effortless Marketing. But before I do that, I want to give a real life example how it works in reality and the ads we create. So for that, I want to show this screen, which is the Google search engine result page after I keyed in the keyword OLight flashlight. And this is one of our clients, and we manage all their ads across the globe and across channels, so including Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Instagram, etc. And what's interesting to highlight here is that we generate ads on the left side, which is called Google text ads or search ads. So we generate these ads in an automated fashion. We take the most important information from the site, from the product inventory, and we showcase these ads. We update pricing, we update availability and promotions. And we also manage the ads on the right-hand side, which is called Google Shopping Ads. Again, you see here examples of OLight Canada, where we make sure we showcase the most important products with the right title, the right price, the availability, shipping cost if applicable. So we optimize this based on a lot of data points and based on product inventory. And what's very important to highlight here, and also a great testament of our industry, is how big the real estate is in, let's say, ads. So you see that the whole page is dominated here by ads, indicated by the word ad or ads here. And only when I start scrolling down, that's where you see the non-paid organic results, so the organic listings in Google. But a lot of people obviously don't even take the time to scroll down and take the most relevant results on the top of the page, which is so important for clients and e-commerce businesses to have a presence here. So that's in a nutshell what we do. Not only in Google, we do this in Microsoft, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, etc. And to give an example how we do that is by doing this is by Effortless Marketing. So Effortless Marketing is an app that you can add on top of your existing e-commerce store, both either on Shopify or WooCommerce, which is part of WordPress. And for today, I like to show the Shopify app that we launched last year. And this app sits within the Shopify App Store ecosystem. So you can compare this with how Google basically offers the Play Store, or Apple offers an app store on the mobile phone where you add additional apps. You can do this as well on the Shopify ecosystem. So you can imagine there's a lot of e-commerce businesses, especially during the pandemic, where people start having an e-commerce site. But having an e-commerce site is one thing. You also need to have the traffic. You need to have the visitors. So that's why we came up with this app, where we basically integrate your e-commerce site. We take your product list or product feed, and we basically fetch the data, collect the data, and push that all to Google, Facebook, and Microsoft, all in an integrated solution. And we do that by, again, getting your product inventory, updating the titles, updating descriptions, remove unprofitable items, give more priority on profitable items or important items. And while doing that, we give the advertiser the full capability of budget management, setting the budgets, setting their ROI goals. So we make sure that we always hit the ROI goals or the marketing goals they have for the business. So it's as easy as 4 steps to set this all up. And I'd like to show you a 1-minute video that explains how easy it is to set that up. And for that, I'm going to share my audio as well, so you can hear the video.
Hello, my name is Daniela and I'm a product manager here at Adcore. I would like to give you a quick overview into our Effortless Marketing app. Effortless Marketing is a holistic solution for Shopify store owners, from feed creation and submission to smart campaign creation and performance tracking. Once you download the app, it will automatically generate a unique feed URL for you. You can further customize your feed by applying filters, such as in-stock items only, additional image links, or much more. It also shows you your feed statistics, including how many store products and feed items you have. In the Merchant tab, select the channels you wish to promote your products on, whether it be Google, Microsoft, Facebook, or all three. From the Campaign tab, you're able to choose what kind of campaigns you would like to create, either smart shopping, smart sites, or both. Once the campaigns have been created, track their performance in the Reports tab. You can also fine-tune daily budget and ROAS goals directly from the app. Whether you're a seasoned store owner in need of a multi-country and currency solution, or have just opened your store, Effortless Marketing is the app for you. Sound too good to be true? Try it yourself.
So I think this is a great video that explains how easy it is to set this up. As easy as 4 steps, and not only for one channel, but for all 3 channels. So it's a great one-stop solution. And we have literally hundreds of users using this on a daily basis. And it's also a great stepping stone for people to use a more extensive suite of Adcore Marketing Cloud apps. So we have a lot of clients that migrate to our more extensive suite and use different apps. And more than happy to showcase that another time. Maybe Paul, Trevor, we can think about another platform for that. But I was very excited to show you this today, and I'd now like to hand it back to Omri to go over some financials.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Martin. I think it's always better to see the app, the technologies, and just to talk about the technology. I think that gives the audience a better understanding about what the company is doing, what value can we bring to our customers, and how easy it is, once you create the right tool to do online marketing. You don't need to be an expert, and effortless marketing is a great example for it. Fully integrated to Shopify, few clicks and you have your online, let's say, Google campaign, Facebook campaign, Microsoft campaign, and that's the power of automation, the power of technology. So let me continue with the presentation. Just one second, let me reshare my slide. So after talking about the technology, let's deep dive into the numbers a bit and the company financials. And what we can see right now in this slide, let me switch the view as well, is basically the company top level numbers. And we can see on the right side, we can see the yearly numbers. So 2018 was a bit over 1 million in revenue. 2019 was a bit over 15 million in revenue. 2020 was almost 23 million in revenue. So big jump. And we can clearly see that starting Q4 2020, you see the level of activity, how each quarter basically literally double up and triple up to where it used to be. So if before, I would say COVID, it was used to be around 4 million, 3 million in revenue. Now we're talking about 8 million, 10 million, 13 million if you're talking Q4, which is obviously more big because of the holiday sales that's going on. Then if you look at the last 12 months, then the spike is even bigger. So like I mentioned before, the company has been able to grow triple digit for 4 quarters in the row. Q4 2020, for example, 219% year-over-year growth. Q1 21, 161% growth. Q2 21, 250% year-over-year growth. And Q3 21 was 153% year-over-year growth. And we can see that the last 12 months, revenue is almost 40 million. So 21, we did 23 million, and now the last 12 months, we did already 14 million, which is a lot. So it's a massive spike, and it's a massive spike if you need to compare it to the previous 12 months, which was a bit over 13 million. So big numbers for the company. And if you look at the quarterly numbers, the last quarter revenue was 10.4 million, 2.4 in gross profit, adjusted EBITDA was 0.6, and working capital was 13.2. So basically, again, big quarter for the company Q3, but this is actually 4 big quarters in the row that the company has been able to demonstrate. All of them, by the way, profitable with a positive adjusted EBITDA. And if you look at the company balance sheet, then again, it's as strong as it can get. Total assets as of September 21 was a bit over 22 million. That's a big increase than December 20 was 17 million. Cash pile as of September 21 was 15.5 million. Again, big increase compared to December 20, that was 11.7 million. And the company is debt free. Literally, we have no debt. We have a minor debt in December that we cover, and basically as of September 2021, the company is debt free. If you look at the free cash generated, then on the right side, we can see the yearly numbers. 2018, 1 million in free cash generated. 2019 was already 3 million, a bit more than 3 million even in 2019. And 2020 was already 7.4 almost in free cash that generated. If you look at the cap tables, and basically what we can see is that like Trevor and Paul mentioned, total outstanding shares are 63 million. Total float is around 22 million shares. Share price as of today or yesterday is 61 cents. And basically the company, the company is going with the same trend, I would say, unfortunately, as a small and mid-cap tech company. But again, if you look at the number, if you look at the financials, the Adcore have a very different story to tell, actually. If you look at the comp table, then on the right side, we have very interesting graphs, and we put Adcore year-over-year growth over the last 12 months compared to comparable companies. All of them are public listed tech companies. And yet again, we can see while Adcore was being able to grow in almost 190% year-over-year, we can see that the average of the peer is around 46%. So it's a massive spike or massive growth to Adcore if you need to compare it to other companies in our same sector. And just to sum everything up, so fastest growing tech company today, 4 times faster than the rest of the peers. Proprietary technology, we have 5 different apps combined together, the Adcore Marketing Cloud. Everything is geared towards e-commerce and basically fully integrated to every e-commerce platform or channel. We help business to do digital transformation, and basically that's put Adcore in a very interesting space. There's a lot of demand for that and a lot of demand for Adcore services and technology. Huge and growing TAM, almost $600 billion in 2021 numbers, and expected to grow very fast over the course of the next 3 years. And proven business model, strong MRR, strong ARR, and very strong balance sheet as well. So a bit about IR contacts. Obviously, we have Martin, our GM of Adcore North America. We have the company CFO in Tel Aviv, Yatir Sadot. And we also have John for investor relationship for the company in the US and Canada as well. I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Omri and Martin. Yeah, a couple questions. First, I want to remind everybody that's listening, if you've got some questions you'd like me to ask the team here, just use your chat function and I'll do my best to ask the question. Why don't let's get into idea sort of the pricing model. How does a customer pay you guys, and sort of what is the charge? Do you guys, collect ongoing sort of fees? Yeah.
Excellent question. Actually, we have a very scalable business model because we charge usually percentage of the ad spend. So we have 2 main revenue streams. The first one is indirect client. That's usually going to be ad agencies that uses Adcore technology to manage their own clients. And over there, the average platform they're going to be around 4% of the ad spend. And direct clients, that's been clients that working with us directly without agency in the middle, the average platform, they're going to be around 10% of the ad spend.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, good. And then just a sense of the competitive landscape. You're not the only company sort of, doing this type of thing, or are you? And if as far as the other competitors, what do you do better? How do you distinguish yourself from the competition?
Okay, so Actually, Adcore have some very significant USPs that distinguish our value offering from a competitor. I would count few of them actually. So I would say, first and foremost, Adcore is a very holistic solution. So I would say, like, you can find, for example, feed editing solution as a standalone solution, but combine together as put all the different 5 apps under one license, one pass, like the Adcore Marketing Cloud. That's it's unique. There's no other solution like that in the market today. So this is one advantage the company have. Another advantage is we are very good global spread. So basically, and a lot of our clients are basically have global audiences. So they have, let's say, activity in UK, for example, in the US, maybe in Germany, maybe in Japan. So basically, we have team across the globe that can help them, give them support, and basically in different languages as well. So for our large clients that have international activity, that's put us again in a very good advantage as well. And I think the fact that the company is public company, it's come with a lot of credibility, there's like, so that's put us again, because there's a lot of private edtech companies out there, but there's not many public edtech companies, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And give us a sense, like, what's the sales process? Do you guys sort of use your own product to get out in front of customers? How do you get a customer?
So we do take a shot from our own medicine, obviously. So inbound activity and paid campaign is part of, let's say, of the acquisition funnels that we have, but we have a very diverse acquisition funnel. So a lot of clients actually come for us like a word to mouth and referrals. So basically, and that's excellent actually, because we have an excellent win rate to win a client if it was referred to us, by other clients or by partners that we work with. So that's actually good for the company, and that means that the company already established a name out there, and people come to us, and we don't need to approach them or to come to them. So that's another acquisition channel. We're doing some outreach as well, like sending email, LinkedIn and stuff like that. But I would say between inbound paid campaign, leads that are coming from our website, and referrals and outreach, that's the main acquisition channels that the company uses.
Okay, so I've got a question here from one of the listeners, and I'll just read it out here. So your new presentation mentions strategic partnerships with Facebook, Google, etc. Do the recent privacy cookie tracking changes to Google and iOS affect Adcore, either positive or negative? And how does this affect your market share opportunity?
Okay. So actually, I wrote almost a year ago a very interesting article about the iOS 14 changes and basically all these privacy changes and how it's going to affect the market. Obviously, since then, a lot happened. I would say high level the following. Google, we see very little effect, if any. And the majority of the company activity, I would say, is Google-based. Not majority, but more than 50% of the ad spend is on Google. So that's good news. Facebook, we see more impact, but again, it's not something that the company cannot handle or the company clients cannot handle. So basically, they need to do some changes. Obviously, the number that the company see today as far as tracking are not exactly the same number as used to be, for example, 1 year ago before the change. But again, that's something that the entire industry need to adapt. And I would say Google, very little effect. Facebook, we see some effect, but the entire industry needs to adapt. So it's not like an Adcore thing, it's an industry thing.
Gotcha. Now, another question. You guys are rapidly growing. I appreciate how fast you guys are growing, but are free cash flow margins sustainable through this rapid growth?
It's a good question. Obviously, we're going to see some fluctuation in free cash flow generated as well. Obviously, because if the company, for example, would like to be more aggressive, enter into new market and stuff like that, that can also affect like a future cash flow as well. The company trying to stay free cash flow positive, and up until now, we've been very successful doing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, continue on. Could you comment on what you expect from from Amphi looking out a couple of years, and capital investment requirements into Amphi looking ahead?
So up until now, the company to date, Amphi, just for our viewers, is an edtech initiative that the company started during 2021. So it's a marketplace for online learning. To date, we have 1,500 live online classes on Amphi, and that's maybe the fastest growing live online marketplace in the world today. So that's another, I would say, initiative that the company is doing. Up until now, the company invested up to $1 million in Amphi, so it's not a massive investment, and we expect the investment in 2022 to be at the range of maybe between $1 to $2 million. It's depend also, but again, so it's like we have some investment going to Amphi, but it's manageable and under control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the next question is, talk about the programmatic ad rollout. What is the benefit to customer to use this program? And do you expect profit margins to strengthen as programmatic ad business grows with scale?
Okay, so programmatic is not what Adcore is doing. Adcore is more doing, let's say, programmatic is something, let's say, a QTS, for example, would do. So it's less or a segment, to be honest. But we are more, let's say, on Google advertising, Facebook advertising, and more the main street platform.
When we talk a little bit about, I mean, the new initiatives or new product that you guys are building out or plan to build out, give us a sense of where the industry is going and specifically where are you going in terms of innovation?
Which product?
Oh, just any product in general. Like what area do you think is your core strength that you want to sort of develop new initiatives and products in?
Absolutely. So with regard to the Adcore Marketing Cloud, I would say the main goal for the cloud is to continue building the value offering of the cloud. So the bigger, the better, and the more diverse, the better as well. So more apps that we're going to have under the Marketing Cloud roof, the more holistic solution we can bring our online marketers. And basically, it's going to create the, let's say, the value offerings that we can bring in the Adcore Market Cloud to be more valuable for them as well. So I would say develop more new apps, adding third-party apps as well to the Market Cloud. So that's a type of news that if I were an investor, I would love to hear. That means the cloud is growing, there's more value coming into the cloud, for example.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then one other question here. Is your revenue presented on a net or gross basis? For example, is revenue net of media costs or just your percentage commission?
Yeah, so some of the revenue when Adcore acts as a principal, it's including the media costs as well. And some revenue is just the commission. For example, if it's a pure technology license, then it's barely the commission. So it's depending which, let's say, if Adcore acts as a principal, then it can be including the media. And if we are not the principal, we just, let's say, the technology provider, then it's net fees.
Okay, fair enough. Now looking out, I mean, it's a rapidly changing industry clearly, but give us a sense of what this business looks like, say, 5 years from today. How, you know, what, I mean, again, technology changes so fast, but where does this business reside 5 years from now? Are you guys still a private company or mind you, a public company on your own? Are you acquired? Are you, you know, what does it look like 5 years out?
It's a good question. I would say we would like to see Adcore as the leader of, let's say, e-commerce marketing. So if you are an e-commerce store owner, then basically Adcore should be the only name as far as we're concerned that you should consider as, let's say, your marketing automation technology provider. So the company, and it's a massive market we talk about. Shopify store owners, more than 1 million. WooCommerce store owners, more than 4 million. So these are big numbers that we're talking about. All of these are B2B business, but again, it's such big numbers that it's becoming almost a D2C business numbers, right? So it's big numbers, and this is exactly where Adcore want to be. Adcore want to establish to be, you know, the leader of e-commerce marketing. I think this it's a big enough market for us that if we can be this leader, then we can be a very big company.
Mm-hmm. You know, clearly, you're heading in the right direction here. We'll take one last question here, and then we'll get ready to wrap up here. But okay, so the question is: do you use behavioral or contextual ad targeting?
So some of the campaign types that we run use this type of behavioral targeting and also audience targeting. There's a lot of, let's say, AI and machine learning that both Adcore can support from our own end, but also the different platform can support from their own end. So we fully integrate to what Google have to offer, to what Facebook have to offer. So the campaigns that we run today, trust me, are as complex and smart as it can get.
Fantastic. Okay, so as investors, what sort of catalysts or even metrics, what should we be really paying attention for, say, over the next year, to sort of highlight or to make sure we're seeing the business executing on your business plan?
Absolutely. So that's a good question, actually. I would say, obviously, there's more than Adcore is becoming like almost a mid-sized company, right? So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of many, let's say, effort. Then I would say the following. In terms of core technology in the Adcore Marketing Cloud, I would say keep an eye on new apps added to the tool. The bigger the better, in a sense, that there's more value that they add, basically the Marketing Cloud can bring to consumers. So basically that's critical. So I would say this is number one. The company also pointed or targeted North America as a key market for us to focus in 2022 and beyond. So any growth in this region going to be, let's say, even more important for the company. All regions are important, but because now we put North America as a target market, then I would say that's important as well. And obviously M&A, because if the company can see this opportunity now, there's a lot of company, like Adcore that are discounted as well, but Adcore is lucky enough to have big enough cash pile. Then if you can find interesting M&A opportunities, then I think that's another nice catalyst to look at.
On that front, on the M&A side, are you more likely to buy companies that have sort of existing relationships with customers, or are you looking for technology that sort of adds to your suite?
Ideally, it would combine both. So they would have the technology and some kind of client base as well, because if it's just pure technology without it like being tested and without them to have like valid clients, then it's very difficult to estimate how good the technology is really. So you would like to get the technology, but you also want to get like a proven technology, the ones that have like already client base and clients that stick and with a very low churn rate as well.
Exciting. Listen, this is exciting to hear, especially the kind of growth rate you guys have been able to put together. Sounds like you're really starting to hit your stride, and talk about inflection point here. We're seeing, I love the charts that you put up there showing the kind of growth that you're showing. So congratulations on that. But is there anything we sort of missed? Is there any kind of parting message or key takeaway? If there's one thing you want everybody to walk away with today knowing about Adcore, what would that be?
No, I think like you guys specialize in small cap, so probably you know small cap world better than we do in a sense, right? Because we are just one company and you guys keep an eye on many different companies. I would say in the end of the day for small caps, it's management, and we have very experienced management. I'm the founder CEO, so a founder CEO, I think it's always better than an IR CEO. So that means you have more skin in the game. Still, up until today, I didn't sold one stock of Adcore. If any, I continued to buy when the stock went down. So I personally very committed to the story, still very committed to the story, and have a lot of skin in the game. So that's one takeaway that I would like you guys to take. And another takeaway is we don't only talk the talk, we also walk the walk. So the company being able to present outstanding numbers quarter over quarter. We are growing, we are strategic in what we're doing. And basically, it's a good company to bet on to become, let's say, a much larger player over the course of the next 3 to 5 years.
Fantastic. So Omri and Martin, if anybody wants more information, what's the best way to get it? Do you have a website or an email that you suggest?
Absolutely. So we always welcome the audience to visit adcore.com. We have a special section for investors, so you can do adcore.com/investors to visit the investors section. And literally, both Martin and myself or the IR guys are a phone call away or an email away. So every question that somebody might have, do ask us, and we always try to answer as fast as we can.
Fantastic. This has been great. It's always great to, we love very fast growing companies, especially when they're starting to turn profitable. You guys clearly fit that bill, so we're happy we've had you on today. We've been speaking with Omri Brill, CEO of Adcore. I want to thank you both, Omri and Martin, for joining us today. And yeah, we look forward hopefully to catch up with you guys in the not too distant future and get a solid update. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a great day.